Hello, happy and smart developers. Welcome to the Coding Boat. This is series of UI technologies and this is part 35. In this session, we are going to learn input control elements and this is part 2 of input control element. So let's begin the session. Before starting today's session, I want to remind once in last session we have learned that what is input control element and we had seen one little example of input control element. This code we had prepared in last session. Okay, and let me show you the output of the code so that it will help you to remind. So this was the output we had learned in last session. Okay, this is the output, this is the code, and now let's move forward. So first we will understand class. Class indicates the class of the input, or we can say group of element. Class is nothing but a group, correct? So class indicates the class or group of the input element. Now id attribute of input element has one attribute id, indicates the id of the input. We can give id, or in layman language we can say that roll number to element, and that roll number should be unique. Okay, so with the help of id attribute we can give id to input element. Now type. What is type? Type attribute decides the type of input control to display, how our input control should be displayed to end user and what value it should accept. That will be decided with the help of type attribute. Okay, you will learn this very well when I will show some examples practically. Okay, now acceptable values for type attribute will be hidden, text, tell, URL, email, password, date, time, number, range, color, checkbox, radio, file, submit, reset and button. So these are the acceptable values for type attribute. Now let's move forward. Default attribute of, sorry, here is some mistake, default value. Okay, default value, default value of type attribute is text. Now let's understand this point in depth. When default value of type attribute will be text, when default value of type attribute will be text, if developer does not specify value of type attribute. Suppose if developer is not specifying value for type attribute, then automatically it will become text. If browser does not support the type specified, suppose some value which is not supported by particular browser, then that time browser will set that value text. So default value will be text of type attribute. Now if the provided value is invalid, if the provided value is invalid, then automatically browser will consider its value as text. Let's see all these examples with code. Okay, so in last session we had created this table, this form. Okay, in this code only I am going to make some changes. What are those? See here, for name we have input field. What is that input field? Input field is text. Here I can mention class. Class is equals to fname. Okay, and similarly I can provide id to this input element. Id is equals to, we can give any id, no problem, 123 or 1 or fn, correct? So but the thing is, this id, but the thing is, this id should be unique, it should not be repeated. Okay, it should not be repeated, it should be unique. Id must be unique. See, I am writing here, id must be unique. Okay, id must be unique. Now again, we need to understand why we use class, so that I will explain with the help of one example. So till then I will show output of present code. See, this is the output which we have created in last session. Name, last name, email and date field, then we have submit button. But what if we have radio buttons to enter gender of the user? That I will explain here. Before submit button, I will take one row. I am copying this row and pasting it at line number 28. So label for gender, and here gender. How many options we can give to the user? We can give 3 options to the user. What is that? Male, female and other. So here male, input type is equals to radio, then female, input type is equals to radio, then we have input type is equals to radio, forward for other. Okay, so let's save the code and check the output. Let me save the code here, save, and move to the browser and refresh the page. So here we have this row. In today's session we have added some code in previous code. Based on that, this line is got added, this line is got added. Okay, so why we use radio? We use radio button to understand gender of the user. So what I am doing, I am clicking on male. Now let's check this working properly or not. I am clicking on female. Okay, then I am clicking on other. Is it possible one person can have multiple gender? No, absolutely no. So it is not functioning properly. This is wrong. So what we will have to do, what is our expectation? Whenever I click on male, then other options, other radio buttons should not be checked. Correct, should not be checked. If I select female radio button, then other radio buttons should not be checked. This is my requirement. For that reason, what I will do, I will group them in one group with the help of name attribute. What is that name attribute that we will learn here? See, name attribute, it indicates the name of the input. It indicates the name of the input. So what I will do in coding part, I will give same name to all the radio button inputs. Okay, or we can say input fields. Name is equals to Jen. Name is equals to Jen. Okay, I am copying this name. Okay, I am copying this name, and let me format it properly for better understanding. Okay, 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 now it's looking beautiful. So in female radio button input field, I am using value of name attribute is Jen only, and in other also I am using value of name attribute Jen only. Correct. So let's save the code and check the output. Refresh the browser. Okay, now what I will do, first I will select male. Okay, male option is got selected. Now I will try to select female. Observe carefully what will happen here. Okay, as soon as I select female option, then what will happen here? Observe carefully. Observe, I am clicking on female radio button. 1 2 3, click. Observe, it is not allowing me to select multiple radio buttons. Now I will select which radio button, other radio button. As soon as I click on the other radio button, what will happen? Observe here. Okay, see, I am going to click on other radio button. 1 2 3, click. See, so basically when I have grouped these radio buttons in one group with the help of name attribute, with the help of name attribute of input field, what it is doing, it is allowing to select only one radio button. Understood? It is allowing to select only one radio button. So this is the magic of name attribute. Name, again we use, see, some confusion is there. What is that confusion? We have learned that we use class to put input elements in particular group, and we use name attribute also to put elements into particular group. Both are useful for putting elements into single group. Then what is the difference? This I will explain when we will learn CSS and JavaScript. Okay, CSS and JavaScript, there I will explain this in detail. Okay, now what is the use of class? See, what is the use of class? What I will do, I will take some rows. I will take first and sorry, yes, I will take first and second last row. Class equal to my class. Okay, this is first row. Now let's move down and now take second last row. Let me take class is equals to my class, and let me go into head section. In head section I will write style. In style tag, what I will do, observe carefully the output. See here what happened. Okay, see here. So body is got selected and background color is blue, but I want to specify this background color for particular rows for which I have mentioned class my class here. Observe carefully. See here, at first row I have written class is my class. Then at second last row I have written class is my class. Correct. So I want style for these two rows only, first and second last row. For that what I will do, I will make use of tr dot my class and let's save the code. Once we save the code, let's check the difference in output. See here what is happening, only two rows are having background color is blue. Correct. So this is the magic of mentioning class. With the help of class, what we can do, we can group input elements into particular group. Understood? What is the exact difference between name and class, that I will teach you when I will explain CSS and JavaScript. Okay, now let me do some changes. See what I will do. Table color red. So entire table will be in red color. Observe. Correct. But I want this red color for only first and second row, for which I have mentioned class equal to my class. Correct. So for that what I will do, I will make use of tr dot my class color red. Save the code and refresh. Here you go, only first and second last row is having color red. So this is the use of class attribute. Okay, so that's it in this session. Let's meet in another session. Thank you.